Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I wanted to show you guys how to test small batteries and how I go about doing it. Now, I scavenge a lot of small batteries and throw them in bags and whatnot. And when I get a chance, I sort them and test them. And I actually bought myself a battery case here just recently because, of course, with the price of everything going up, all this stuff is made overseas, so it's going to go up in price, I'm sure, too. But I wanted to go through some of the batteries that I got here, and I started doing this when I was off sick, and I wanted to tell you guys how I go about doing it. And the way that I like best is with a multi-tester. Now, this multi-tester here, I've been thinking back here, I've probably had this guy 13 or 14 years, and this takes a 9-volt battery inside it. I still am using the original 9-volt battery in this after that period of time because, you know, you don't use these things very often. And they also have analog models of these, and they work too without a battery, but typically they'll have a needle on here and they'll have a bunch of different settings. It's got really fine print on it, and it's harder to decipher those, especially as I'm getting older and my eyes aren't as good as they are anymore. I like the big display on these digital ones. And I just checked, if I remember right, I paid about $10 for this one. And I just checked online. These run between $15 and $20 now, but you can use them for a lot of things other than just checking batteries. There's a bunch of different ways you can check circuits, and you can check household wiring. And if you get one that has a high enough direct current battery setting, you can even use it to check like 6-volt tractor batteries, or you can use them to check car batteries or whatnot. But I want to show you guys how to do small batteries here, because small batteries are kind of important. With all the ice storm problems that they've been having in northern Michigan here, I read on a couple of groups that I kind of monitor that batteries and flashlights are two of the things that are in really short supply because, you know, when it gets dark, it gets dark. And, you know, the batteries and stuff that people had sitting around for a long time haven't been working. But if you have something like this, you know, and you got a little free time, you can check that. But anyway, this battery tester, or this multimeter here, has a battery tester on it. You can see it over here. It says 9-volt and 1.5. And how I always check batteries is I always turn it up to the highest setting, and then I just read whatever the volts are supposed to be for the batteries. So I am going to turn it on the 9-volt setting right there so you guys can see that. I'm going to set that in front of me here so I can show you how to do some of these batteries. Now, regular, like AA, AAA, quadruple A, C's, D's, these are 1.5-volt batteries. So 2 of these equals 3 volts. These lithium batteries, like these are 1, 2, 3 batteries. These are the kind of batteries that are normally in like weapon lights and really high-end flashlights. And then, of course, these lithium batteries, these type of batteries here, are the ones that are generally in weapon sights and stuff. And these are also 3 volts. So the 2 that I normally check are 1.5-volt, and then 3-volt batteries. And these batteries here, these go in aim point scopes. These go in, these are 1, 2, 3 batteries. No, these are 2032 batteries. These will typically go in like RMRs and stuff like that. So this guy right here needs to test at least 1.5 or higher for it to be good. And basically all you do is the top part here with the little knob on it, that is your positive, which is red. You're going to put that on the one end. Yeah, we'll maybe turn this around here a little bit, like so. And then you touch it with the other side. And that is the ground. The black is the ground, or the negative, or the minus. This has got 1.80 in it. So this has got a fair amount of juice in it. This is a really good battery. So then this is good to put in my box and save. the 1, 2, 3 batteries here. We'll try these next. Now these are supposed to be 3 volts. So again, I'm going to put the red on the top, the plus, and then the black on the negative, which is the bottom. We're going to touch that there, and we got 3.1. So this is over 3 volts. This guy is good to go. And the same thing for these little button batteries here. The top, the flat, the smoother flat side is typically your positive, which is your plus. And then the side that looks like this is your negative or your ground or your black. Same thing. We're going to hit this guy here. Again, this has got over 3 volts. This is good to go. And with RMRs and like aim point, red dots and stuff, a battery like that will literally last about 3 years. And again, we're going to hit the button battery here. The smooth one here on this 2032 is your positive or your red, and we just touch it like so, and then like this on the other side. Again, this is over 3 volts. This is good. Now I'm going to show you what a couple of kind of crappy ones are. And the thing of it is when you're throw batteries all in together, if you have one bad one in there, if you take a bad battery and mix it with a good battery, it'll drain the good battery and the device will die twice as quick as it would normal because of that extra drain. So you basically, instead of throwing out that one bad battery, you're going to ruin the one good battery that you got. Same thing here. This is an old junky battery that I've already checked. We're going to hit that there, red on the plus on the top, and then you got less than 3. So then this battery is not desirable, so you want to kind of discard that. And then here's a AAA, same thing. You want to hit the end and then hit the positive and the negative here. Show you guys. 1 point, less than 1.5. So again, this is a weaker battery. These are the batteries that you want to discard altogether. But that's how I like testing this guy here. That's how I like testing these batteries to see if they're any good. Sometimes I like to even test batteries before I put them in devices. This one is almost at 1 volt, so this one's really depleted. And that's basically all there is to it. And then when I'm done with this, I just shut it off. Like I said, you can get analog ones that don't take batteries, but I just like this one because it's easier to use and easier to read. And then, of course, I keep this in just its own separate little pouch. I just basically keep it with my tools that I use in the house. And you always got it there. So a multi-tester. Kind of nice to have. Like I said, you can use them for other things too. You can check wiring in the house. You can check vehicle batteries. There's just a lot of different things. You can check circuits. But they're handy to have. And the main thing for me is for checking batteries. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Just thought maybe it would help you guys out if I showed you guys how to test batteries here. Might be a skill that'll come in handy. But anyway, you guys take care out there.